vibes out here. See what's going on. Ya bailar ahí, man. How's sombrero you feeling?
I'm feeling this one.
That looks good.
Or maybe this one. This ain't gonna cover much.
But it looks good.
What do you say, Bahama? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that.
How we look?
You look like a cowboy.
Oh, this one looks nice.
That don't look bad, actually. Try it on. Yeah, you can wear that to the casino tonight.
In style. Let's go. We are gonna go get a drink.
So hold up. Did Forex pay for this vacation or your hard-earned money did?
This was hard-earned money.
Hard-earned money, huh?
Not Forex.
Maybe next one.
Yeah, next one.
Maybe next vacation.
What's up, YouTube? We out here in Half Moon Cay, enjoying our first cruise
Ever.
ever.
Not the last one
It
for
won't be
sure.
the last. So, we're definitely coming back.
How did you get into Forex?
Well, I actually started learning about Forex when I was about 15 years old.
Damn,
From
that was a
Timothy
long time
Sykes.
ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't very serious. It was just playing around with money. Like
Yeah.
playing in the casino, just like that.
Just like last night too, huh?
Yeah, just like last night. But I actually got into it maybe 4.5 years ago when I got very serious into it.
How did you come across of it?
I came across through Nadex binary options. I used to trade Nadex and demo, and they had a little Forex tab. So I found out how Forex was through there, and then I started learning about it.
What was like your first year experience?
My first year was great, actually. I did many mistakes in it, but I quadrupled my account. But it wasn't sustainable, like I said, because I made a lot of errors. First of all, I didn't have any proper risk management. I was risking like 5 to 10%. I had no real strategy. I was just basing it on basic market structure, but I didn't even know what that was back then. I was just guesstimating. And I also averaged down, which is what actually ended up wiping out my account.
So it was like first year you quadruple your account and then you ended up wiping it
out in one trade. That's what happens when you average down your account in one trade.
No risk management.
Wipe you out. It took 70% of my account, and I was in so much pain that I said I have to take a break. I took a break for 4 months from Forex, and then I got back into it year 2.
So this was back in 2000 what?
2018, yes.
19, around that time?
2018, end of 2019, that's correct. And then year 2, so year 2, like I said, after I lost 70% of my account, I was very scared and I didn't really know what to do. But I started to buy courses and I started to listen to my first book. Yeah, I started to learn. Started to listen to my first book, which was Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It's a very good book. It's very complicated though. And I recommend everybody to go ahead and read it themselves.
So that was the recap of your first year.
First and second year. Second year I spent it learning. So my third year, I fell into the mistake that thinking learning more was going to make me more of a winner, a more profitable trader.
Yeah.
So I started learning even more. I started learning about RSIs, TDI, market structure, Bollinger Bands. Yes. And you know, as many things as I could about the market, thinking, okay, you know what?
You were trying to find the perfect indicator.
The perfect indicator. The
perfect strategy. And none of that really worked.
No. 1032.
It's beautiful out here, man. Look at this view.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Romel.
Enjoy.
Thank you, brother. Ooh la la. My name is Darwin.
My name is Darwin.
And I've been training Forex for the past 4 years.
So, how did you get into Forex, Jeff?
Well, this was back in 2016. I was working for Domino's Pizza as a general manager. I remember you actually came into my store and you introduced me to Natix. Natix is a online platform where you can trade binary options. And honestly, off the bat, I was hooked because I was like, damn, you can actually make money doing this online. So long story short, I deposited some money the following week and I lost it within probably the same week. And it did hurt and it made me feel really bad, but that didn't stop me. So I decided to continue the cycle of depositing money, losing, feeling bad, depositing money, losing, feeling bad. And eventually it drove me to a place where I was like, you know what? I need to stop. I need to quit. And I did quit for like maybe 2 years. So this was back in 2016. So I quit 17, 18. And then around mid-2018, I decided to give it a second shot. And that's when I started to trade Forex because you got into Forex. And then I started learning a little bit more. 2018, 2020 hit. The pandemic, COVID-19, so I had a lot of handyman time because I was unemployed, I didn't have anything to do. I was home most of the time because we were all on lockdown. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna double down and actually start studying this and start learning a little bit more. Thank you. And that's when I really, this journey started, like 2020. Now it's 2022, we've learned a lot, we've been through a lot, and now we just have to double down and focus and keep doing what we're doing because we've reached a level of consistency where it's only a matter of time before we reach where we want to go. And with that, shots to that.
So where are you right now in Forex? Where's your journey at?
Where am I? I'm at the Bahamas right now. But right now, we're in a phase, like I said, where we have achieved good consistency, and now we're just probably by the beginning of the year, we're looking to get funded. So there's a lot of funding companies online, and that will be like phase 2. Right now, phase 1 is just collecting information on all pairs, trading our strategy, mastering our psychology. And then next year, probably around January, February, we are gonna start taking challenges, and from there on is up from there. So yeah, that's where we are now.
Let's go.
They were supposed to go kayaking, and what happened?
They canceled it due
that a
to
good
high
thing or a bad
winds. Well, now we get to spend more time at the beach and we get to do sports, more tanning.
So we get to do more tanning, more drinking, more what?
More drinking, more fun. Everybody looking a little darker already. We've just been here for like 3 hours. So
we got our money back too.
Yeah.
That's good. Honestly, I didn't want to go kayaking, but it's like a whole workout. But it's a good thing. Got canceled. We get to go eat. and we got our money back.
Cha-ching!
That's drinking money.
So what are your goals for the next 5 years? What do you have something in plan?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, the plan for next year is to get funding from these prop firms. There's a few good prop firms that I've tried before. I've actually been funded before, but when I got funded, I wasn't really at the level that I am now. You know, I still had a lot to learn, and I was able to pass the challenge mainly because I was very focused and I was very concentrated, and I was like, I'm gonna make this shit happen. I did pass the challenge. I did manage to withdraw some money, but 3-4 months in, I had already blown the whole account, and it did hurt me. It hurt my ego. It hurt my confidence a lot, because it's like, damn, I already made it, and then I came right back down to, damn, I lost everything that I've been working for.
So what happened? Why did you lose that account?
Number one, I didn't have no real trading strategy or like a system. I didn't have a trading system. I didn't have a trading strategy or anything to follow and to stick to. So I was just taking all kinds of trades. I was not being very consistent. I know for sure my risk management was still not under control. And that's mainly because I didn't have a trading plan. But in the past year and a half, I was able to put together a good trading plan, pretty solid. Honestly, I feel like it's a winning trading plan. And the hard part now is actually sticking to it and grinding it out every day.
Every day.
It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday grind, and it's part of the process. Cheers to that. So what are the plans for the next 5 years? Well, number one, keep growing as a trader. Keep improving. Just because I've made it this far doesn't mean I'm at my best level. You know, there's always new things that I can learn. And but mainly focus on my psychology, focus on my beliefs, focus on my confidence, not just in Forex, but outside of Forex as well, you know. And, yeah.
I'm sorry, honey.
Cool. So what would you tell people out there who are struggling because they don't like losing?
Well, number one, if you are losing, maybe reduce a little bit your risk on the table, meaning don't trade live if you're not ready. If you haven't seen consistent results for the past 6, 7, 8 months or to a year, stop trading live, bro, because you're creating bad habits. And honestly, I went through that where I was trading live when I shouldn't have, and I was creating very bad habits. And it made it a little difficult because for me to get rid of those habits, I had to go through a lot. Those bad habits that I created when I first started, I had to go through a lot to get rid of them. And I still get crazy thoughts in my head, like, you know, like take a 2% trade or take a 3% trade, or I lose one trade, I lose the next one. Then I'm like, okay, well, I gotta increase my risk because I'm trying to make my money back. That's number one. If you're trading live and you haven't been consistent, stop trading live, bro. Go demo. And honestly, trading live and demo is almost the same thing. You will experience the same emotions. Even though you're not trading with real money, you will experience fear. You will experience greed and a bunch of other emotions that you feel.
So what do you think is the solution to fear and greed?
Something that I've started doing recently is, number one, you don't need to be trading 10, 15 different pairs at the same time. Focus on 1, 2, maybe 3 pairs. That's number one. That will eliminate greed because there's only so many trades or good setups that you can get if you're only trading 2 to 3 pairs. That's number one. Number two, only trade one session, whether it's New York, whether it's Asian, whether it's London. Focus on one session and do 4 or 5 hours max of actual trading on the charts. This will remove any type of fear, honestly, because you're limiting yourself to the market, meaning you're not trading 15 different pairs, you're not taking 15 different trades in one day. You're only taking 1 to 3 trades a day, one session, which helps you remain focused. You can only make 2 to 3 financially emotional. I read this. I don't know where I read it, but you can only make 1 to 2 to 3 emotional decisions, financial emotional decisions a day. So that's why you only got to take 1 to 3 trades.
After that, what happens?
Well, after you take your first trade, if you lose, you're gonna feel bad. Take the second one, if you lose, then you're gonna feel even worse. So it's just gonna keep pushing the cycle of trading, doing bad, feeling bad, trading, doing bad, feeling bad. It's just gonna snowball over time. So it's better just to limit the risk on the market by trading one pair, trading 1 to 2, trading one pair, trading 1 to 2 trades a day, and only one session. You got something to say?
Ask me questions.
Damn, it's fucking beautiful out here. How many pairs do you trade?
Like you said, back in the day, I used to trade like 15 pairs or so. And it was very hectic because, you know, you'll get a lot of setups at the same time. You'll be like, okay, in this pair I'm going short, in this pair I'm going long, in this pair I'm waiting to see what happens.
This is total confusion.
And it's too much going on. It took me a very long time to narrow it down to a few pairs. I went from 15 pairs, and it took me a year to narrow it down to 10 pairs, and it took me a longer time to narrow it down to 5 pairs, and then I went down to 3 pairs, which is now what I do. But I'm progressively trying to lower it down as much as possible. I would eventually like to trade with maybe 2 pairs, maybe 1 pair, just to limit my entries and really be patient and wait for the right setup.
Yeah, honestly, most successful traders that have already made it, they only trade 1 pair, 1 session, and that's it. 1 to 2 trades a day, which limits a lot of their emotions. It takes away a lot of risk. And I feel like most traders lose in the market is because they don't do that. You know, they don't focus on 1 pair, 1 session, and 1 to 2 trades a day.
Another thing that I learned recently actually was about losing streaks. So if you're not following your system, if you're not following your strategy to the T, it is not really a losing streak. It is, you are losing, but it's not considered a losing streak because you're not following your plan to the T. So you're deviating from it. So you are losing after all, but it is not a losing streak from the strategy. It is a losing streak because you're not being consistent.
Yeah, you're doing stupid
with
shit.
your strategy. So that ends up messing up a lot of things. It ends up messing up, you know, some days you're gonna hit max stop loss for the day, or max weekly stop loss, or even max monthly stop loss. That's because you're not being consistent at trading when you're on your desk. So that's another thing actually about creating the right environment is probably one of the most important parts of trading. I used to have my desk right in front of my bed. So every time I'll be waiting for a trade, I would go lay down in my bed and scroll through Instagram. And that puts you in more of a lazy state of mind. And it makes you miss trade, where sometimes you start doing stupid things because you're impatient. So make sure you create the right environment. Maybe move your laptop or your office somewhere far away from your bed, somewhere where you can have that zone specifically for doing that and for doing things that progress you as a human being.
Beautiful. Wisdom. Take a shot to that, boy.
Cheers.